Alright folks, so we're back for another battle. I have my Necrons taking on the Salamanders this time instead of the Tyranids, so I've been playing them for a while, and we also wanted to just get the Necrons out for a 2k match, so I brought a double Satan. With the models I have, it's the only way I can hit 2,000 points, but we're going to give it a go. I've never ran these guys before, nor have I ever played them, so it should be interesting. 2 patrol detachments. In the first one, we have an Overlord with the Tacyon Arrow Relic, I forget what it's called, Arrow of Infinity, and then we have a Chronomancer with 2 Cryptothralls. He has the Entropic Lance, I think it is, the D3 plus 3 damage shooting. 20 Warriors with the Flayers. 3 Scarabs. The other detachment is a Necron Lord with Resorb, Staff with Light, and that's just it. Oh, and I also paid another CP. The Chronomancer also has the Veil of Darkness, so I can do that free teleport thing. And then 19 Flare Warriors. I just had to take one out because it was 2,005 points without him, or with the full blob. And then it's 6 Skorpek guys. I can't remember the names of the weapons. The 2 of the big axes, I think the Reap Blades are called, and then 4 of the other guys. And then 3 Spyders with the weapons. I can't remember what they're called. Twin Particle Beamers. That's what it is. So all in all, oh, and then the 2 Satan Shards. We have the Nightbringer with the, I can't remember the arrow, times arrow, I think it's called. And then the Deceiver has the Falling Stars. So I'm pretty sure that's what everything's called. So might be a few mistakes, but again, first time running this.
All right, guys, we got a 2,000 point Salamander list. Start note, I got Agent of Imperium. I got an Alpha class Psyker, so I can cast twice. He's got Terrify. He's got the Psychic Scourge, I think. And then the third one is Domination. Hoping I can get some close combat action going with them. For my HQ slots, I have Gravis Captain with a Power Sword, and he has the Anvil of Strength Warlord trait. I also have my Librarian, and he's got 3 powers as well. Lieutenant with Teeth of Terra, Plasma Pistol. Troop slot, I have 2 sets of Intercessors with the Auto Bolt Rifles, a Attack Marine squad with a Flamer as my special weapon, a 5-man squad. And then into my elites, I have 3 Aggressors, Flamestorm. I have 3 Centurions with the Centurion Assault and the Flamers, Blade Guard and a Blade Guard Ancient, 2 Venerable Dreadnoughts, 1 with an autocannon, 1 with plasma, and fast attack. I got 3 Suppressors, hopefully going to kill some Overwatch, so I can do some nice charges. And for heavies, I have 3 Eliminators and a Predator Annihilator. So 2,000 points, Salamanders. Here we go.
All right, so we're playing Sweep and Clear from the GT 2020 mission pack. So that sees deployment on this side, 9-inch bubble from the center, 5 objectives in total, so it'll be this quarter and that quarter. So 5 objectives, 1 here, there, here, there, and then 1 directly in the centers, which is just right in the middle of the table there. In terms of secondaries, I went with Assassinate, Purge the Vermin, and what's the other one I went with? Direct Assault, that's what it's called. The mission-specific special rule, which is 3 points for staying in the center, 3 points for holding the opponent's objective. And then Salamanders went with Psychic Ritual, Assassinate, and Direct Assault, so both 15 points on the table for each of us in terms of characters. That's it, so we'll roll off now. We'll find out who gets to pick deployment. 6 for the Necrons. So Necrons get their choice. We'll come back after deployment is done. We have deployed, so the Necrons are over here. This is the side I chose. So looking at my deployment, I got Warriors here, 20 of them, 3 Spyders, 3 Scarabs, the Nightbringer front and center ready to come forward. I do get to move 3 guys at the start of the battle round thanks to the Deceiver, so very cool. Having that rule, the Skorpek's there, other Warriors, Cryptothralls, they're literally just going to hopefully zone out. And my Chronomancer in there with the 2 lords. There's one there. Oh, right in front of him, the Res Lord. Salamander side, we have Eliminators, Dreadnought, Intercessors, where is he? The Inquisitor, Librarian, Captain, Ancient, Blade Guards, Aggressors, more Intercessors, Predator, other Dreadnought, and then Tac Squad in there. And in reserves, you had the Centurions and the Suppressors in their grab. Shoot. So spent 1 CP, putting him at 8. I'm at 9. So we're going to find out who's going first in this battle report. 3 to 3. That's a 2. Ooh, a 1. Wow. The Necrons get first turn. So I guess that's the key. Not play Tyranids. So 40k nerds, your luck has paid off. Thank you for sending that. Movement done. So Necrons, the relentless advance coming through. So these guys marching up 6 inches, getting that extra. I think it's my will be done. Again, I'll correct all the rules eventually. The names. So they moved up 6. So getting in rapid fire range of the aggressors and Blade Guard with at least I think half of them. Lord advanced over here just to stay close with the res orb. These guys teleported with Veil of Darkness to grab me that objective. With the Chronomancer giving them a 5-up invul, ready to launch his little lance about. Over this way, the Spyders move forward. The Scarabs moved in advance ahead, positioning themselves so they're in front of the Nightbringer, but still leaving a path for him to charge through. Deceiver just flew up this way. I guess, I didn't show where I repositioned things, did I? No, okay, so essentially getting first turn with the Deceiver, I'll mention that because it is pretty relevant. So with the Deceiver, I repositioned the Nightbringer, so you're probably wondering how he just zipped over there. Repositioned him there. I repositioned these guys up forward and put the Spyders over there, so that way they could move up this way. Then the Skorpeks advance that way, grabbing that objective. So, and then the Cryptothralls are there. The Overlord moved up forward into the terrain there, but there's no window, so he's safe for the time being. I'm going to hold on to that Tacyon arrow and debate when I want him to come out and clean up whatever needs cleaning up. So we'll come back after the powers. Satan powers and shoot. All right, so pretty decent turn. The Nightbringer killed off one of those guys with his little gaze thing. Probably shouldn't have. I made my charge harder, but I just was over eager to see some powers with him. Hurt the Dreadnought 2 wounds with the Spyders, just some pot shots. These guys moved forward, took out the aggressors with mortals on 6s and then 6s auto wounding. So those guys doing some work there. I lost 2 in return though, thanks to the Ancient over there, allowing them to do his thing on 4-up. Then these guys over here they split fired, so half of them shot at the Blade Guard. Then the other group shot in at the Intercessors. So killed a guy and wound on the Intercessors. They transhumaned. Took the Blade Guard down to 1 guy with 1 wound. So he command rerolled to keep him alive, just to have another body on there, do some charging potentially. Or absorb some Overwatch for potentially the Lieutenant. So hard to say. But the aggressors are gone, and we got some charge to go down. So it's like last game, big charge. Nightbringer's coming in. That's the only charge, I think, going down this turn. Yes, that is it. So Nightbringer's going at these guys. Do you want to Overwatch them?
30 CP.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 wounds on the Satan. I think I will.
It's true.
I'll do it.
All right, so we'll come back after the Overwatch roll. So I'll make him wait to see if I make it. Right, so we did some Overwatch. So very, very fortunate. All in all, it's been a very rough turn for the Salamanders, but some fortune shining there. 3 wounds going through on the old Nightbringer. Can't re-roll it though because it's a charge phase, and I have a charge coming up. I need 8 on the dice, so like 8.5 inches away. Going at these guys here. So just see, it really stinks because they lost 3. If he gets in there, some smites go off. Then plus some shooting at him. I don't know if this is the best idea, but that's okay. So it's been a really good turn for me. So here we go. That'll do it. Nightbringer's in. We'll come back after we see what he does. So morale is done. Fighting is done. So the Blade Guard, he left. These guys stood strong though. The Satan Shark, I think, killed 3 of them, was it?
Yep.
3 of them, they stood. I piled into the captain just because it didn't really matter in the end, because I'd only lose 3 wounds, but there's still Psychers. There's a bunch of shooting that can target him now, but that's a lot of shooting that'll be absorbed away from other targets. So doing his job. The Overwatcher just saying may have saved the Salamanders the wrath of the Night Lord into Necron's turn 2. So that's it for the turn. In terms of points, nothing scored yet. That's it. It's honestly actually an insane table for that Purge of the Vermin, just the way it's set up. But we'll come back after Salamander's turn 1. All right, that ends movement. So Salamanders are coming forward. This is going to be a bloodbath in the center. This is honestly, every time I play Necrons, I find it's like one of the coolest looking layouts on the table. Just everything's running forward. But the Tyranids, everything's always just zipping all over. But I really like the look of this. So the attack marines are coming for these warriors along with the intercessors. These guys over here came forward. There's all kinds of characters coming ahead, but they got to do it. He's coming for the ritual. The banner guy's just staying close to everyone. The lieutenant coming up as well. We did forget that this guy, he's leadership 8, so he couldn't have possibly failed his morale when he left. So if you're wondering why there's suddenly a blade guard there, that's why. Tank moved forward to get line of sight onto the Spyders, along with the Dreadnought coming forward. The captain is staying in combat with the Satan Shard, so really hoping to take him out. If not, there might be trouble for him, but good chance there. The Dreadnought and the Eliminators moved over to get that table quarter, so at least, I mean, my Destroyers can come over, likely kill him, and then even going for them, it's a little bit longer charge. So some insurance policy to deny more points over this way, just kind of get more presence on the table. But that's it for movement. Oh, and then these guys, sorry, fell back right there from the shard. So shooting's done. Story is over here. The Salamanders don't like reanimation, so losing only, I think, 20 wounds. Yeah, there's 20 wounds from the intercessors, and I lost 2 guys. And then there was, I think, 9 wounds from them, and I lost a guy. So, yeah, not too bad. So they're doing good on that side. Over here, I did lose a fair amount of guys. 4 of them. So, not too bad, but I did make the charge a bit harder. It's still a pretty short charge. Big story, though, is the Satan Shard lives with 2 wounds. The Smite not doing its work, and then the pistol from the captain not going over. So, not good. Then over here, though, 2 Spyders fell, and another one's down to 1 wound, thanks to my own Spider blowing up. So a bit better on this side of the table. The Eliminators tried to snipe in at the Golden Man, but he is standing tall and feels okay. So that's it. So we'll come back after some charges are going down. So heavily thinking about charging the Shard, potentially. If not, then the captain surely should die. We'll see, maybe. But I'd say that probably some definite charges going down there and over here. So we'll see what the table looks like after that. That ends the turn. So, honestly, a really good turn for Salamanders. I lost, I think, about half my army there. That's pretty rough. But we got some resurrection to do. Big story here, though. The Nightbringer, he survived the attacks from him. He did 4 wounds or 3 wounds on the charge in, the Inquisitor. Failed 2, re-rolled and passed, then attacked the captain, whiffed. I got 5 hits and only 2 wounds went through, then did 4 damage. The captain attacked back, killed him, and then he blew up, killed the captain, dropped him 3 wounds, dropped him 2 wounds, dropped him 2 wounds, and then killed an intercessor as well. So he kind of did his job. And then over this way, lost a ton of warriors. I interrupted to try and kill the Blade Guard. I was pretty close on it, but didn't quite pull it through. Then a bunch of them ran, which is okay because that took the lieutenant out of combat, which is what I want because then I can Tacyon him and get myself some more points. Then over this way, lost a ton of guys. They're still in combat, tying up both of them at least. However, I did lose that objective. So all said and done, Salamander scored 3 for direct assault, 3 for character, and that's it. So we're tied at 6-6 at the end of turn 1. That ends movement, so Satan came over here to help out this side of the table, chip out some characters, maybe kill that tank, we'll see. Then over this way, these guys are still engaged here. I used my Red Zord, brought 5 back, so not bad. These guys are to combat now, though, and then I moved the Cryptothralls over this way to get ready to do some shooting shenanigans in. Then the Scarabs fell back, running around, got 1 back from the Spider. Spider healed a wound as well. So, and then the Skorpeks are over there to come over this way. These guys are going to re-roll or add one to their hit rolls from these guys, and then they're also going to re-roll hit rolls of 1 from this guy. So a little bit of a nice buff there. Positioning 2, this guy's ready to Tacyon and just take this guy out, hopefully. We'll see, though. And then this guy's got some shooting to go over that way as well. See if we can take them out. That's it. So got some Satan powers and then shooting, and see if the Necrons can claw their way back into this battle. All right, so that is shooting done. So really good turn. That Spider, champ of this phase. So spending 2 CP to get mortals on 6s and 6s on getting additional hit. Took out the Intercessor, so great job by the Spider. And also I'm in the Vengeful Stars. I kind of forgetting to mention those. However, he took a wound after the Blade Guard was killed off by the Staff of Light, thanks to the banner. Firing him, getting immortal with that old Volkite thing. And then this guy missed his 1 shot going over. And then the Overlord, Tacyon, took out the Lieutenant. So slowly chipping the characters away, hoping that Sedan Shard will live up to his mantle here. And he's going to charge in at both the tank and him to tie them up. And then so going to have a charge going down here, as well as the Destroyers coming through as well. So we'll come back after that and see how the table looks. All right, so turn is all done. So the Sedan Shard made it in, punched out the Lieutenant with his golden fist. I love the name of that weapon. Then tank didn't do anything. Over this way, the guys came in. They chopped up the Devastator, Dreadnought, and then the Spider just consolidated over this way, grabbing me the center objective back. Over here, these guys just continue to just slap each other with their weapons. Nothing happening. Over this way, 2 warriors fell and returned for a wound on an Intercessor. So I feel like that combat is going to be eternal, likely for this game, or at least a turn or 2 more. That's it. So we'll come back to Salamanders turn 2. Also only getting 2 points for Vermin. So denying me with those guys. So good move on that part. That would have been 2 extra points. 6 scored for Assassinate and 3 for taking the middle back. All right, so the Grab Shoot boys came over here. So the move there was to take that objective for sure, to deny me 5 points, plus give himself 5 points. And then I have to commit, if nothing happens over here with the Skorpeks, I have to send them back. And not having them coming into the core of the force there is pretty crucial at this point in the match. So he was talking and telling me that if the Intercessor had lived, they would have came over here and worked their way towards this objective. But that's that. So the Inquisitor moved back, needs to get some smites off on the Deceiver, because at this point, it's going to be tough. Then the Dreadnought move forward. But that's it. We'll come back after Psychic and Shooting. All right, so shooting phase, shooting Psychic pretty successful. So Tan losing 6 wounds in total. 5 wounds in total, but that's enough to get him down to die in combat. So pretty huge there. Failed both my involves against the tank. Really been rolling rough with them on a whole. So that's all good though. Over this way, lost my Lord. I straight up didn't realize he did not have an invol, so I moved him back. You might be wondering, that was a bad move because there's snipers right there. I thought he had an invol. Alas, he did not. So lesson learned there. Again, still learning the Necrons. Just more playing them to get a fresh taste, since I've been playing Nids a ton. These guys are still battling out. There is 3 of them left. Lost some with pistols. And was it the Dreadnought that killed the Spider? Yes, the Dreadnought killed the Spider. And that is it. So we'll come back. Oh, and then the Flamers, yes, killed off 3 of them, but 1 came back. So that's it. We'll come back after the charges. So Dreadnought's coming in here. Inquisitor's going in there, and I think that is it. Oh, and the Centurions are going to come over this way as well. So we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, folks, so we're halfway through the combats. The Scarabs obviously got stepped on. The Inquisitor came in, dropped him down to 1 wound. The Dreadnought came in. 2 wounds have gone through, just 2. So we're going to roll it on camera because we were talking through it. If he kills the Satan, I think the Salamanders have got it. I'll continue on just to see what I can do. It'll be a very uphill battle just because the Satans have taken up so many points in the list. So it's going to be huge. So if the Satan lives, I think I'm still going to stand a very good chance. I mean, these guys are going to die off and there's going to be a ton of things coming out. So that's the problem. So we're going to roll it on camera. Big moment here in this match. No, so Satan,
Does he blow up?
he doesn't. So I think this game is yours, but we will continue. All right, so that ends the turn. So my poor Satan dying. Then I proceed to lose these guys. They came over. And over here, I hate that guy. I got him down to 3 wounds, so we're getting there slowly. But that's it. So in total, scoring 6. Yeah, so 27 47 to 22 is the score right now in favor of the Necrons, but we really don't have a lot left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 units. But potentially these Skorpeks can cause some big problems here, but we'll see what happens. So we'll come back after Necrons, turn 3. And I am using the, what's it called, the melee one, the Hungry Void. So that will help a little bit. We'll see, though, if it makes the difference. So movement is done. We're trying. It is very uphill, but I'm all about giving a good show here on the channel. So these guys came out over this way to block the intercessors from coming out, and then this guy moved back, or sorry, to block him from coming in. Is what I mean. He's coming over. I'm going to show them how to kill an ancient. This guy made the advance roll far enough to grab that objective and get me some extra points for the direct assault. These guys are coming through. I'm going to have to make a charge in at the not intercessors, the Centurions, then hopefully get in there and kill that stinking Inquisitor. So if I get him, that denies flat 15 points for the Salamanders. Yeah, that's it. Cryptothralls just backed up just to stay as far away as they can from these suppressors. That's the name of the game right here. So we'll come back after the charging because there's no shooting to be had. So we'll see what it looks like and see if I can get it done. So that ends the turn here. So these guys did some work. So gracious thank you to the Salamanders here, because I completely forgot about the Hungry Void, which completely changed the amount of damage that these guys did in the combat there. So big difference there. So they ended up killing the Centurions. Previously only killed one, but forgetting that was big. Again, just learning Necrons. I mean, I lost that dude over here, which is unfortunate, but still I think the Salamanders are okay. We're just trying to see how many points we can claw back. But that is it for the turn. So these guys are tied up. Dreadnought's free. These guys are all free. So, and suppressors are free. Snipers are free. So I'm outnumbered here, but racking up some points quickly. It's how long can I keep this lead up, though? So we're going to turn 3 for the Salamanders. So movement done for the Salamanders in turn 3. 10 for primaries. These guys moved over to the wall here, so they're able to shoot through these windows inside the terrain at these guys. Dreadnought's just positioning right there. These guys move forward, getting in range of my poor little Cryptek, as did these guys move over that way as well. The suppressors came over additionally to come after my home objective. So that's it. We'll come back after all of the shooting and see. All right, so the shooting is done. 5 warriors remain, just 5. This little guy's still kicking somehow, so proud of him. But the suppressors are coming for this objective, as you saw before. So there's going to be a charge coming in this way. Then the aggressors are coming in, or sorry, intercessors are coming this way. Then you said the Dreadnought for the Skorpeks. Yep. Probably should have saved that -1 to wound roll for that. I spent a CP just to prevent that tank from doing it, but he missed all the shots. So yeah, you want to roll the dice. We got some long, big charges are coming in.
So it's 12 inches to hit with the flamer, so that means it's a 12-inch charge.
Yeah. So we're on 12. Next, who do you want to do?
Dreadnought against the Skorpeks.
I think we're good.
6.
So he did need, actually, that was important because he did need a bigger charge roll, because now he can come in and grab that objective with the Dreadnought. So, however, yeah, I think you need a 12 for that, I believe. So we'll have to check that.
I will check it after.
Yeah, so we'll just double check, it'll just be easier. And then, sorry, there's one more.
Intercessors.
We'll just see the dice.
Because they're right on the corner.
Yeah. So we checked, it was a 12, sadly. But on a whole, though, very fantastic charge roll. So we'll come back after all the combat. So this is a big one. These guys have to die, or else I'll be able to deny that objective. And then also just keep that guy alive. So that's it. We'll come back and see. All right, so we're just total load. So for at the end of turn 3, it is 47 to 35 in favor of the Necrons as of right now. So the guys got wiped out pretty handily. I took that objective back. Had they have lived, though, the guy would have been able to stay over there and deny some points. 2 warriors remain, past morale, so they're just hanging out. And yeah, that's it. So 47 to 35 going into turn 3. Or turn 4, sorry. so just rolled to the Necron turn. So all that happened, these guys moved over. They are just in range of the objective and objective secured, so they fell back. These guys, or sorry, the Overlord moved up to fight him. Got 2 wounds through with my wound rolls, getting 2 1s, and then he rolled both his involves. Unfortunate, but this guy, just to make me feel good, blew the tank up. And then over here, the Cryptothralls almost killed one of them. So 1 down to 1 wound, so there we go. In terms of points, Necron's got 4 for Vermin, 4 for Direct Assault, maxing that one. And still a little bit of Assassinate on the board. But we'll come into turn 4 for the Salamanders. Alright folks, so we played out the rest of the game here. So in the end, what it came down to is my lone Cryptothrall had to jump down, shoot them, kill them off, and I think I would have been ahead by at least 1 point, or literally would have been a 1 point game, being that I would have had 1, 2, 3 for Vermin, so that'd be 6 points, plus also denying the direct assault objective there. He actually probably would have done it, but he rolled a whole bunch of 6s. So he did a whole bunch. He got in combat, he wounded, he shot, he wounded with both of them. He rolled 2 6s and then also passed the save in combat. So he was so close. And then over here, the Overlord fell to the Dreadnought. Just too many wounds coming through with that. Unfortunately, that guy living as well. If I killed him, the Necrons would have won. So some big things. Final score, though, is 69 to 75 in favor of the Salamander. So a good game overall. We're talking about the list. I don't know how I feel about the double Satan. I know a lot of people run them competitively. I don't know how I played them too. I was very aggressive, but honestly, I rolled pretty below average when it came to their involves, which is the way of the game quite often. But we were talking as well. I think veiling these guys over here, it was kind of a trade because I killed the Blade Guard and the aggressors. I did very well with them. Plus, there was these guys shooting at the aggressors as well. I may not have killed the Blade Guard, but I think if I veiled them over there, I could have chewed up them. At least had those guys shooting. Not having those warriors to shoot for the entire game, I think, lost me it as well. So a little too aggressive with them, I think. But it's tough against intercessors who excel in combat and shooting. So Necron warriors are the opposite spectrum, where they do very well at the shooting with stratagems, but as soon as they get in combat, it's pretty brutal. But on a whole, fantastic game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But we'll definitely see the Satans back. It was fun, but we'll give them another go, where the verdict isn't out on how I feel about them as of yet.